This is Humberto Sanz. Today we're going to start on chart 19-9 on page 420. If we look at page 420, the chart 19-9 is expressing conditions using otherwise and or else. So we have three categories here: adverb clauses, transition words, and conjunction words. So we look at examples A, B, and C. These are with adverb clauses. If I don't eat breakfast, comma, I get hungry. Or you'll be late if you don't hurry. Or you'll get wet unless you take your umbrella. Okay? So here, if I don't eat breakfast is an adverb clause. If you don't hurry is an adverb clause. And unless you take your umbrella is an adverb clause. If and unless state conditions that produce certain results. And remember on chart 17.6 and 17.10 from pages 382 and 387, we saw that these are words that give us certain results. Okay? What happens if you don't eat breakfast? The result, you're going to get hungry. What happens if you don't hurry? The result, you're going to be late. And what happens if you don't take your umbrella? You're going to get wet. Okay, those are certain results. Now we look at D, E, and F. Transitions. I always eat breakfast. Otherwise, I get hungry during class. And you'd better hurry. Otherwise, you'll be late. And take your umbrella. Otherwise, you'll get wet. See, here, otherwise here is used as a transition word. You notice the punctuation. I always eat breakfast, period, capital O. Otherwise, comma, I get hungry during class. You'd better hurry, period, capital O. Otherwise, comma, you'll be late. Take your umbrella, period, capital O. Otherwise, comma, you'll get wet. Otherwise expresses the idea if the opposite is true, then there will be a certain result. Indeed, otherwise means if I don't eat breakfast. So otherwise I get hungry if you don't eat breakfast. And you better hurry. Okay? Otherwise you'll be late. This is the idea. If you don't hurry, you're going to be late. And take your umbrella. If you don't take your umbrella, you're going to get wet. And contractions. I always eat breakfast, or, comma, or I get hungry during class, or I always eat breakfast, comma, or else I get hungry during class. H, you'd better hurry, comma, or you'll be late, or you better hurry, comma, or else you'll be late. Take your umbrella, comma, or you'll get wet. Take your umbrella, comma, or else you'll get wet. Or else and otherwise have the same meaning. Okay? They give you the same meaning here. So when you use or else as conjunctions, they have the same meaning as otherwise transition word. Okay? So if we look at exercise 35, make sentences with the same meaning as the given sentence. Use otherwise. Chores. Remember, chores are responsibilities, duties, tasks that you have to do at home. If I don't clean the fridge, my roommate will start complaining about how messy I am. So you can start with I need to, or I should, or I had better, or I have to clean the fridge, period. Capital O. Otherwise, comma, my roommate will start complaining about how messy I am. Okay? If we look at number 2, if I don't wash my clothes tonight, I won't have any clean clothes to wear tomorrow. So I would start with I need to wash my clothes tonight, period. Otherwise, comma, I won't have any clean clothes to wear tomorrow. Okay? Or I could also say, I should, I had better, I have to. But need to is stronger here. Because the result, you're not going to have any clean clothes to wear tomorrow. If we look at number 3, if we don't start cooking dinner now, it won't be ready in time. Okay? So here you could say, we had better start cooking dinner now, period. Otherwise, comma, it won't be ready in time. You can also say, we should, we have to, or we need to. Remember, all of these are interchangeable. Okay? I would go, personally, I would say, I had better, or we had better start cooking dinner now, period. Otherwise, comma, it won't be ready in time. Go ahead and do number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, please. So for number 4, we're going to make a change here. Okay, we're going to move this clause at the beginning to get this result over here. Okay? So here you can say, I need to, I should, I had better, I have to change my sheets, period. Otherwise, comma, I won't be able to sleep. Again, I need to, I had better, I should, I have to change my sheets, period. Capital O. Otherwise, comma, I won't be able to sleep, period. Number 5. In number 5, we've got, only if you help me get ready for the party will I have one. Okay? So here, it's kind of strong. So you say, you need to help me get ready for the party, period. Otherwise, I won't have one. Okay? So this is a pretty strong statement. If you don't help me, I'm not going to have a party. So I would say, you need to help me get ready for the party, period. Otherwise, I won't have one. Number 6. Unless we clear the snow from the walkway, people could slip and fall. Okay? So you say, we should, we have to, we had better, we need to clear the snow from the walkway, period. Otherwise, people could slip and fall, period. Otherwise, comma, people could slip and fall. Again, we need to, we should, we have to, we had better clear the snow from the walkway, period. Capital O. Otherwise, comma, people could slip and fall. Number 7. I'll get everything done only if I begin as soon as I get home. So here, start with, I need, okay, I need to get everything done. Or, I'm sorry, I'll get everything done only if I begin as soon as I get home. Okay? So here, okay, you'd say, you're going to say, I need to get everything done, okay, as soon as I get home. Otherwise, I won't finish. I need to get everything done as soon as I get home. Otherwise, I won't finish. Or you can also say it this way. You can use this if clause at the beginning. You could say, I need to begin as soon as I get home, period. Otherwise, I won't get everything done. Okay? Or I have to begin as soon as I get home, period. Otherwise, capital O, comma, I won't get everything done. Okay? Number 8. If you don't start soon, the weekend will be over. Okay? So here you would say, you should start soon, or you have to start soon, you need to start soon, you had better start soon, period. Otherwise, comma, the weekend will be over. Now if we look at exercise 36. Here it says, using the two ideas of to study and to pass or fail the exam, complete the sentences. Punctuate and capitalize as necessary. Because I did not study, comma, I failed the exam, period. Or, I failed the exam because I did not study. Now look at number 3. Remember, although, even though, and though give you unexpected results. Although I studied, comma, I failed the exam. Number 4. I did not study, period, capital T. Therefore, comma, I failed the exam. Again, I did not study, period, capital T. Therefore, comma, I failed the exam. Let's do one more. I did not study, however. So you start here with I did not study, period, capital H. However, comma, I passed the exam. Again, I did not study, period. However, comma, I passed the exam. Okay? So these words here will indicate what kind, if you passed or if you failed the exam. Okay? So go ahead and do number 6 through 19. I'll give you a couple of minutes and then we'll check. Okay, number 6. I studied nevertheless. So here you're going to say, I studied, period, capital N. Nevertheless, comma, I failed the exam. Again, I studied, period, capital N. Nevertheless, comma, I failed the exam. Number 7, remember, even though is unexpected. Even though I did not study, comma, I passed the exam. Even though I did not study, comma, I passed the exam. Period. Number 8. I did not study so. So you say, I did not study, comma, so I failed the exam. I did not study, comma, so I failed the exam. Number 9. Since I did not study. So here you're going to say, since I did not study, comma, I failed the exam. Since I did not study, comma, I failed the exam. Number 10. If I study for the exam, comma, I will pass it. If I study for the exam, comma, I will pass it. Number 11. Unless I study for the exam, comma, I will fail it. Or, unless I study for the exam, comma, I won't pass it. Number 12. I must study, otherwise. So you say, I must study, period, capital O. Otherwise, comma, I won't pass it. Or I won't pass the exam. I must study, period, capital O. Otherwise, comma, I won't pass the exam. Number 13. Even if I study, so you say, even if I study, comma, I won't pass the exam. Even if I study, comma, I won't pass the exam. Number 14. I did not study, consequently. So you say, I did not study, period, capital C. Consequently, comma, I failed the exam. Again, I did not study, period, capital C. Consequently, comma, I failed the exam. 15. I did not study nonetheless. So you say, I did not study, period, capital N. Nonetheless, comma, I passed the exam. I did not study, period, capital N. Nonetheless, comma, I passed the exam. And nonetheless also gives you that unexpected result. Number 16. I will probably fail the exam whether. Okay, so here you say, I will probably fail the exam whether I study, whether I study or not, whether or not I study. Any of those could be correct. No comma. 17. Only if I study, comma, will I pass the exam. Only if I study, comma, will I pass the exam. Number 18. I studied hard, yet So you say, I studied hard, comma, yet I failed the exam. Again, I studied hard, comma, yet I failed the exam. Number 19, you'd better study or else. So you go with, you'd better study, comma, or else you will fail the exam. Again, you'd better study, comma, or else you will fail the exam. Okay? So, this is a review looking at all of these ideas to see if you, again, these words, whether they're introducing an adverb clause used as a transition or a conjunction, they give you the idea of whether you passed, you will pass the exam or you will fail the exam. Okay? Now, exercise 37 is a listening exercise. The same with exercise 39. So we go to exercise 37. It says, listen to each sentence and choose the logical completion. So here you will hear, I was exhausted when I got home, but, letter A, I didn't take a nap. Okay? So, number 1, and I'm going to read each one 2 times for number 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So in number 1, because I lift heavy boxes at work. Because I lift heavy boxes at work. What do you think? A, my back gets sore, or my back doesn't get sore? Letter A is correct. Okay. Number 2. I bought a new TV even though I bought a new TV even though, what do you think? My old one works fine or my old one doesn't work? Because you're using even though, it gives you an expected answer. So, A, my old one works fine. Number 3. Even if I am late for work. Even if I am late for work. What do you think? A, I hurry, or B, I don't hurry? The correct answer is B, I don't hurry. Number 4. I was late for work this morning, nevertheless. I was late for work this morning, nevertheless. So here, nevertheless, I didn't hurry. B. Number 5. The air conditioning has been broken. Therefore. The air conditioning has been broken. Therefore. Letter A, our offices are hot. Or B, our offices aren't hot. Correct answer is A. Our offices are hot. Number 6. Although I live in a noisy city, although I live in a noisy city. A, the noise bothers me. B, the noise doesn't bother me. Which one? So you're using although. Remember, although gives you an expected result. The noise doesn't bother me. Although I live in a noisy city, the noise doesn't bother me. Number 7. I was so tired last night that I was so tired last night that I fell asleep during dinner. Or B, I didn't fall asleep during dinner. The correct answer is A. Okay, we're going to skip exercise 38 and let's go into exercise 39. In exercise 39 it says, complete the lecture with the words in the box. Then listen and check your answers. One word is used 2 times. We're going to use however, so that, if, while, therefore, and since. And one of these 2 is used 2 times. Okay? And actually one of them is not used at all. So if you look at the picture, you see two people. They're both holding their laptops, but another thing that they're also doing is both of them are yawning. Why we yawn? So I'll start with the introductory paragraph and then you will complete numbers 1 through 6. Have you ever noticed that when a person near you yawns, you may start yawning too? This is called contagious yawning. Contagious in this sense means that the behavior spreads. In the case of yawning, when one person yawns, it can cause others to do the same thing. So, remember, we're going to use however, so that, if, while, therefore, since, and we're only going to use 5 of those, but one of those words is used 2 times. So, go ahead and complete numbers 1 through 6, and we'll check in a minute. Okay, so here, let's do number 1 together. There are various theories about why people yawn. One popular idea is that yawning brings more oxygen into the brain so that people will wake up, period. So number 1 is so that. Number 2. Is that what you have thought? So there's a punctuation mark. There's a comma here. So we're going to use a transition. However, comma, in 2007, researchers at a university in New York came up with a new idea. Yawning helps cool the brain. When people's brains are warm, they yawn more frequently. Yawning brings cooler air into the body and blank cools the brain. We have a comma and another comma here. So here we're going to say, and therefore cools the brain. This is important because cooler brains work better than warmer ones. This may also explain why yawning is contagious. People are more awake when their brains are cooler. Semicolon, blank, comma. So here you're going to use therefore again. Therefore, contagious yawning helps people be more alert, period. So number 3 and number 4, we're using therefore. As people evolved, this was important in times of danger, period. If they yawned, comma, this is an if clause, they could have been signaling to others to stay awake, period. And number 6. Blank, it can be annoying to have a person yawn when you are talking. Perhaps you can tell yourself that he or she actually wants to stay awake and not go to sleep. So here, you're going to say, while. It can be annoying to have a person yawn when you are talking. This is an adverb clause. Look at the comma here. Perhaps you can tell yourself that he or she wants to stay awake and not go to sleep. So number 1, just to repeat the answers, so that. Number 2, however. Number 3 and 4, therefore. Number 5, if. And number 6 will be while. Okay. So we look at exercise 40. It says, correct the errors. This is a chapter 19 review. So here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to correct the errors. The hotel had made, let me start again. The hotel had a mistake on its website. The price was very low, so that many people wanted rooms. So here you would say, the hotel had a mistake on its website, period. The price was here very low, comma. So, know that. So many people wanted rooms. Okay, so first error is we need a punctuation mark, comma here before so, and know that. That's the second error. Number 2. Due to medical care costs a lot in the U.S., people need to have insurance. Okay, now in this one, we're going to have to change it. So you're going to say, due to the high cost of medical care in the U.S., know a lot, comma, people need to have insurance. Again, due to the high cost of medical care, no cost a lot, no, you take that out. In the U.S., people need to have insurance. Again, due to the high cost of medical care in the U.S., people need to have insurance. Let's do 2 more together. The dorm room I was assigned to has a broken heater. Therefore, I have complained to the office. Okay? So here, you would say, the dorm room I was assigned to has a broken heater, semicolon. Therefore, comma, I have complained to the office. You can also say, the dorm room I was assigned to has a broken heater, period, capital T. Therefore, comma, I have complained to the office. Either one, period or semicolon. If you use a semicolon, you don't have to capitalize therefore. Number 4. Because Jamal's visa has expired, he waited too long to renew it. Okay? So here, you're going to say, again, changing it. Because Jamal waited too long to renew his visa, it has expired. Okay? Because Jamal waited too long to renew his visa, comma, it has expired. One more time. Because Jamal waited too long to renew his visa, comma, it has expired. Okay, go ahead and do numbers 5 through 13, and we'll check in a few minutes. Number 6. Despite the weather is freezing today, I'm going to take a run in the park. Now here you're going to use this to modify the weather. So you're going to say, despite the freezing weather, okay? Despite the freezing weather, no is, today, comma, I'm going to take a run in the park. Number 7. It was such a hard test, no one finished on time. It was such a hard test that no one finished on time. So we're going to use that right here after test. It was such a hard test that no one finished on time. Number 8. We should leave now, otherwise we'll get stuck in traffic. You notice there's 2 commas. This is a transition. So you have 2 choices. We should leave now, semicolon, otherwise, comma, we will get stuck in traffic. We should leave now, period, capital O, otherwise, comma, we will get stuck in traffic. Number 9. The electric bill was months overdue. Nevertheless, the power company turned off the power to their home. So here, the electric bill was months overdue, semicolon, therefore, comma, not nevertheless, but therefore, comma, the power company turned off the power to the home, because that's an expected result. If you don't pay your bill, you're going to turn off your power. So instead of nevertheless, you say therefore. Number 10. Please talk more quietly so that we could hear the speaker. Okay? So you say, please talk more quietly so that we can hear the speaker. Not could, but can. Because this verb is in the present, so this auxiliary is going to be in the present. Please talk more quietly so that we can hear the speaker. Remember, that is optional. You can say, please talk more quietly so we can hear the speaker. Both are correct. Number 11. You should apply for a scholarship soon unless you don't want to miss the deadline. Okay? So here, you should apply for a scholarship soon unless you want to miss the deadline. No, don't. You should apply for a scholarship soon unless you want to miss the deadline. Number 12. Since you should change your password, many people know it. So here, we're going to omit almost the first clause. We're going to stay with since. So you're going to say, since many people know your password, comma, you should change it. Since many people know your password, comma, you should change it. And number 13. My parents bought a house in our neighborhood so that they are going to be closer to their children. So you say, my parents bought a house in our neighborhood so that they could be closer to their grandchildren. Because bought is in the past. And we're not going to say are going to be, but could be. My parents bought a house in our neighborhood so that they could be closer to their grandchildren. Okay. This completes chapter 19. We're going to have a worksheet for chapter 19. That's also, please complete it and submit it. It will be graded. And tomorrow we're going to start with the last chapter, which is conditional sentences with and wishes. Okay? If you get a chance, look at chart 20-1 on page 427. That is half of the chapter right there. Okay? Real situations in the present and the future, unreal in the present and future, unreal in the past. Okay? We're also going to try to do an interactive a session, hopefully by Tuesday. Okay, between 10 and 10:45. I'll keep you posted on that. Okay? Look for a message. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy.